Well guys, as you can see, today is a beautiful Thursday. It's not as warm as it has been the last 2 days, but it is still right around the thawing or the freezing mark, whatever you want to call it. I think it's like 31 degrees right now. But on the south hillside here, it's getting pretty good sunlight, and the snow is somewhat melting. It's nice and it packs really good. But as you can see, I am cutting firewood. And as you know, in the process of cutting firewood, I am opening this up for more grass, and it is getting there slowly. Obviously it's been too cold the last couple weeks to really come play out in the woods, but here we are today. And I am cutting down most of these cherry trees. That right there is an apple tree. Cutting down the cherry trees, and I am taking down all these poplar trees or poplar trees or however you want to pronounce them. And in the process, I'm trying to open up a trail going up the hill here at an angle. My cows have been going this way for the last 2 years, coming up this hill. And I think it'd be better to have a trail going up this way instead of my other trail going straight up and down the hill. For the reason of, I have noticed that every time it rains hard, my gator trail always has sand that washes down it. So I'm kind of hoping to clear a trail going up this way at an angle, and then hopefully that won't be as much of an issue. And what I might end up doing is take the skid loader and grade it a little bit so the water kind of diverts off of it instead of running all the way down it. But as you can see, I am getting it opened up more. I'm going to leave that maple tree. There's an oak tree right in here, which is really nice. These oak trees keep their leaves in the wintertime. Right here is either a cherry tree or, yeah, it must be a cherry tree. It doesn't look like a sumac. I got a lot of sumac too, but there's a scrub oak that'll get cut out. I'll cut him when I cut them poplar trees right there. But there's a couple maples right there, or not maple, oak trees right there. I'll leave both of them for now until they get bigger, and then one of them will be cut and the other one will be left to grow and flourish. As you can see, there's a bunch of nice oak trees up in here. I don't plan to cut any of them for a while. I will cut all the popple out, open it up, and then after the oak trees get a little bit bigger, I will decide which one is going to go and which ones are going to stay. Basically, I'm trying to get it down to where there's somewhere between a 20 and a 40% shade or canopy. Probably closer to 20, just because I want the grass to grow. But I'm hoping these other trees will drop acorns, and then I'll get more oak trees starting throughout for the next cycle of cutting firewood later. But yeah, you can see right here my cow has been cutting through, so I'm going to try and open this up so I can get up through here. That away. There's another cherry tree that needs to come down. There's a cherry tree, the top busted off. There's a dead popple. See, that's the popple. The problem, they get that big and then they die. There's another popple with the top busted off. This one, the top's busted off. And the popple, they are a water hungry tree and they really like to rob from the grass. Oak trees, their roots normally go down deeper, so they don't steal quite as much from grass. But yeah, this trail right here, it's almost straight down the hill, and you'll see in my gator tracks, every time we get a hard rain, there'll be sand that puddles up in the bottom down there. So hopefully I can get grass growing better where my tracks are and have a new trail coming up at an angle. I'm gonna have to cut that ash tree or whatever the heck it is down, because I want the trail to come up more through there and down. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to push here, but that'll be when I get the tracks out in the spring. And I can't remember who it was that asked me if my tree that I had cut and it started coming the wrong way, if it ever fell. It did fall, and it fell downhill the way I wanted it to. So, you can see the deer been up here. That winter rye that I planted up in that area was really, really tall and thick. And apparently they remember it's there because they're digging for it. You can see that's opened up more. I need to get down there and cut stuff up. But I'm having a heck of a time climbing back up this hill with the skid loader. The problem is when I was opening up this trail, I got roly-polies going down there and my tires hit them and I spin out. So that's going to have to wait till spring. Or at least until the snow all melts and I put the tracks on. Yeah, that's kind of why I've been wanting a smaller loader track with front wheel assist. Something that's easier getting out of the woods. 6400 is a little big, but I guess we're going to do what we got to do. But here again, my plan is where the trail's going right now isn't going to remain the trail. I want my trail to go more of an angle like this, just so the water doesn't run as fast. Like down here, the water can really get going. At an angle, the water isn't going to get going as fast. So I want to open this all up and have this trail going down at an angle. But my plan is here, this is all going to be opened up. So the trail hopefully will come up this side, then turn, and then go back down at an angle that way. And once it's open, I'm hoping to put a tree stand right up here or a hunting blind for the boss lady or me or one of the kids or whatever to sit up here. Now you can see down that way. You can see down that way. You know, gotta watch the road, but you know, it is what it is. That's what it's looking like. I'm getting there slowly. And there's a bunch of brush and stuff. I might push that back yet this winter, I don't know. But there are trees like there that I need to grab with a skid loader and pull him back up with a chain. Get him up here where I can work on easier and I don't have to climb up and down the hill to load the bucket with the blocks of wood when I get them cut up. But I have a bunch of work to do down here first, and as you can see, my trails keep blowing shut, so I might as well wait until I'm ready to monkey around up here before I plow my trails back open. Biggest thing I plowed now is because if it gets really cold again, I'm gonna get deeper frost here, so my trail will be harder. And I gotta cut that. I think it's an ash tree, but I don't know what they are. Ash or an elm. It's gotta come down. But you can see in here the deer been pawing through there, getting the winter rye that's growing. I planted winter rye, oats, and latar orchard grass up here. I mowed with a lawnmower and a brush cutter in here a little bit because there wasn't nothing but weeds growing, and the ryegrass took off. I'm kind of hoping that come spring the orchard grass and the clover will get growing, but anyways, yeah, I get this all cut down and opened up, and my goal is from just past the trail there over to, there used to be a 4-wheeler trail right here. There's a really big oak tree right up in there. My plan is to open this up all the way up and over, so there's a nice swath of grass growing here, and I'll leave the oak trees obviously, but that's my shorter term goal. Longer term goal is the whole thing is going to be thinned out, but we're going to work on the short term goal before long term goal, right? So this is what she's looking like. And they're talking rain and snow mix on Christmas Day. So I'm trying to get some of this stuff done right now before we get that mess, because that could make everything really icy and hard to get around. And if that happens, I may have to go buy a second set of chains for the old skid loader. And if I buy a second set, I'm going to buy the 2-link chains. And I'm going to put the chains that I have on now on the front tires and new chains on the back. Bobcat, when they turn, the front tires usually do the skidding and the back tires don't. So, but we'll see what happens with the weather. Hopefully it doesn't get that bad. But, so yeah, I'm gonna get on the skid loader, push some of this brush out of the way, so I can get up to these trees here. Probably drag them out of the brush a little bit, cut them up and get them out of here, and go from there. So anyways, that's what I got going on. Nothing much, cutting a bunch of trees. So, but anyways, comment, rate, subscribe, stay tuned for more. I'll try and get some more updates on this as I go along too. You guys know I like to make videos, so. And those ones there, that's my maple stand all down through here, so I won't cut them. I'll show you that real quick. Being I'm down here. It's easy for me to tell you guys over the trail here, but until you see the trail, you don't really know what I'm talking about. So over here is the old 4-wheeler trail. This was here when I bought the property from the previous owner's son. So here is my maples that I tap. But basically, if you can see this trail here, all the way over to where that big maple tree is right there. I want to clear this all the way up and over to the field. And then, like I say, I'm going to leave these, there is 10, 15 oak trees in there. I'm going to leave them and then thin them later as time goes on, depending on how it looks. So that's my plan, from this trail over to that trail, all the way up and over. Get a nice patch of grass growing right here, and then after this is opened up, then I'll start working on the rest of it. So yeah, that's the deal. Anyhow, there you go. Comment, rate, subscribe, stay tuned for more, and as always, I will catch you on the next one.